Morning, green frogs.
Weeks I get, that gets certified as a dog trainer for I don't know what kind of dog. I guess companion dogs and I don't know what that care. But anyway, he's certified for that. And got a few places now. Starting a little business on training dogs. They're very good at it. And work for giving him some customers because he just can't handle all that he has. So give her a good start. Something outside. Something like a year out here. Year. But anyway, we got a whole lot to have there. And thanks to the text there, I'll have to check that out after. And that's it all. Let's see, there was something else. I did have something to say, but I forgot it about mine, but maybe I'll think about it. Anyway, send it back to there, Ken. And good luck, Charlie. You're kind of work there. Hope everything works out. I'm sure it will. You guys are pretty smart fellas. Indoors at W3SDG.
W3SDG and 4JD. Did you hear that, Charlie? Scott calls fart smellers. Maybe you like that, Scott. It's a short video. It's just a shrimp boat coming through and opening up the drawbridge. The train had just went across, so you might enjoy it. We're at the bottom of the list. Who wants to join the group this morning? It's not even green frog time. Nothing heard, Charlie. KG4 UIQ.
Yeah, nothing there. I got me a cup of coffee, but I can still hear it. Like I'm supposed to hear songs and go in there, and I can hear the radio in the kitchen. And the antenna I was talking about, Scott, was called an SM100 made by Ramsey's Electronics. It was a kit back in the day when they were selling kits. And I finally found a PDF on it, and I'll have to come up with all the stuff myself. So, we'll see. Might not. Just depends on what else we can do. Anyway, good morning, everybody. I'm sitting here trying to get enough coffee and get worked up. And boy, that ED catches before you're out here.
Yeah, Charlie, I'm trying to get enough coffee in me to clear my throat out a little bit. Got a brave frog in there this morning. KO4UUC, Jerry.
K4JD, KO4UUC. I had turned the weather picture on the computer here, looking at a bunch of lightning up going into Memphis, and between Memphis and Arkansas there, and goes all the way up into Kentucky. It's pretty sporty there. I can't tell how many strikes minutes, but it's constant. I'm glad it's staying up there. I'm wondering what the storm's going to do down when it gets into the Gulf. That ain't going to be no fun. No. The people over there around Texas, it looks like it's probably going to cause a lot of problems. When we lived on the Gulf Coast, we went through, one year we had five hurricanes. Most of them not that bad, but one of them seems like it stayed around forever. It got in the Gulf, and it was coming in between Pensacola and Fort Walton Beach, and then it went back out into the Gulf and stayed out there a while. Then it come on back through. It stayed with us 3 or 4 hours. I mean, it hung around for a while. And high winds. We had a bunch of big old oak trees, and whenever it was through, they just looked naked. And they have a bunch of leaves on them. But I mean, it stripped every leaf off of them. Lost the pear tree in the front yard. It was just leaning flat ways over. And lost our electricity for a week. That was rough. Of course, I had a generator, but I still don't work the air conditioning too good. You just try to keep the refrigerator and the freezers going. That we were able to do. For a while there, we didn't know if we were going to be able to get any gas, but I had some on hand that lasted long enough to get everything back up to where it was frozen. And after it froze up, of course, it lasted 3 or 4 days. Of course, then by that time we had some gas, which was a good thing. But it was going through those. I remember when, it's been several years ago now, when Michael come through here. Of course, it went down Fort St. Joe and all through there and up to the east part of Panama City. Tore that place up really bad. Come on up here. I had a lean-to on my shop down there. It was a 60-foot long lean-to, 14-foot stuck out. It picked up the side of that lean-to that was anchored to the side of the shop and just laid it down on top of the tractor and on top of the boat. But the good thing is the boat had the roll cage sticking up, and it caught most of it, and it didn't come down that far. It kept it from tearing my boat up. So, up after it took me several days trying to do all that tin off of it, and take the 2x6s apart, and 1x4s I had run crossways, get all them off of it. And the good thing is I put it together with screws, so it was easy to unscrew. So, which nails are not as easy to get out, especially them more cement coated. Oh, W4ET, KL4UC, I'm just rambling.
KL4UC in the group. This is N4ZD. Yeah, Roger on the damage there. We had Hurricane Andrew come through, whatever year that was, and oh man, my dad actually came over to spend the night with us because he didn't have a basement, and we were sleeping down here in the basement, or sitting down here in base chairs and cots and stuff like that, and came out the next morning and had a big old tree out in the front yard. It didn't hit anything, but it sure could have. W3SEG, Scott.
W3SEG. Yeah, well, I know. I'm going to tell you before. I had been contemplating on putting a 35-gallon fetch tank and then put a bulkhead valve in it about, up towards the top. That's going to catch all that stuff that came off the roof and stuff that had curved and then have it bleed over into the big tank. So having that other thing fall in there and poison that water probably was a godsend because it would have been a waste of time doing that because that's all I would have been doing was making a big tank sitting up there, and every time it rained, you just take all that nasty water and put that in the tank first. So probably a good thing we didn't do that. But you know, some of that redneck engineering we do up there, a lot of it works out real well, but some of it could have been real nasty. So we went back to the way we had it, and filter before it gets to the tank, and it should be okay because we've never had any trouble with it before. It's always been really good water. But at least my other two tanks were full when I got up there, which I was really happy about because they were darn near empty. And so anyway, and we were, you know, we had taken a trip out to Northern California to see a buddy of mine. He had a really nice cabin up in the mountains, about 5,000 feet on way up to Alaskan Peak there. And I told him, you know, because he was having to haul water. And I said, well, why the heck don't you put out some water barrels and catch water, you know, for washing dishes and taking showers and stuff. And he said he can't. It's illegal in California to catch water. The state owns the water that comes in there and it has to go on the ground. And I said, the big die, would that ever happen to me, I'll tell you. They could lock me up first before I stop doing it. But there's nuts out there anyway. 10-4-ZEW3-FTG.
You're right, Scott. It is a mess out there. And they would lock you up in a heartbeat and wouldn't think twice about it. That place out there is so messed up. And I don't know if they think they're going to run Newsom against Trump or not, but Newsom, he's destroyed California. And that's exactly what happened to the rest of the United States. Although that's supposed to be going on anyway. I don't know who's running the country, but it sure ain't the fellow that was in that debate the other day. All right, we're at the bottom of the list. Who wants to join us? We'll go ahead and call it Early Green Frogs. This is N4ZED. Not tired, Charlie. Go ahead and bring the green frogs in.
Well, I was sitting here coloring and thinking about what you said there. I won't even go into California. Just for that reason. There's something nuts out there about something. Then they kind of away the idea of back to work. Tennessee, watch out. That's all I can say. Supposedly, California's moved to Tennessee around Nashville, places like that. So all I can say is get ready for the wave. The people that's there don't like the government. They move to the wages and try to figure out how to always keep it the way. And they can keep it for long as definitely get by the things that go south real quick for me going to California, and so that's not going to happen. I've been in California a couple times. I was driving a truck and trailer, and I thought, my gosh, the gas prices out there was ridiculous. And I realized why the company I was driving a truck for told me that whatever you do, you don't get to do in California. They told me 65 you get that in Arizona or wherever else, but not California. After I got to realize why. It was about $6 a gallon or something. It was fuel. They don't like truck drivers out there for some reason. Unless you're from that state. I've left that out real quick. And I won't get into all that because that's a extremely long story. I don't want to talk about that much. Anyway, I'll get off that because I'll start getting kicked out to say something
It's easy to do when you're talking about California. I flew into LAX one time. Then we went out there for that 2-week vacation and ended up driving from the redwood forest. No, let me see this Sequoia National Forest up to the redwood forest. So enjoyed it. It was worth it, I guess, for the one time. KO4 UUC, Lower Alabama.
For JED, KO4 UUC. I remember my time out in California. I was in the Navy at the time, 1960. Whenever I got out of high school, I went straight on into the Navy. Kind of enjoyed it. They sent me right straight to out of boot camp to electronics school. We stayed there almost a year. Fire control technician, which was the guidance system. We worked on that for the guns and whatever else was on board ship. We had some big old 8-inch guns. I had 3 different turrets of 8-inch guns. And we did lots of shore bombardment, I think things talk this morning, bombardment, whatever you call it. And it was shoot 15, 20 miles, didn't it? We went to some little island over there off of Japan and that area, somewhere around there. And we had practices shooting and with that. And everything back then was part electronic and part mechanical, mostly mechanical with computers in it. Of course, I went to the very first school that they had where they taught transistors. That was a new one on everybody back then, 1960. And we stayed there in San Diego, like I said, for almost a year before we went out to the fleet. And whenever I got into the fleet, they gave me my own shack out there. It was probably 20 by 20 metal, solid metal on deck. Building, you might call it the building on top of the deck, but it was part of the ship. And it had the computers in there, and it had the radar systems that guided everything. I'll never forget, we used to tune up those systems real well. And whenever we would come in port, we would kind of get a little bit to where everything wasn't as fun as it used to be. And several of us guys that operated, I think there's 4 or 5 of those shots on top there. And mine, I had it tuned up so good that we could hone in on the birds, the seagulls around there. You could lock on to one of them. And it wasn't long before that RF frequency, it would burn them. And they would head down towards the water. We did crazy things like that. Used to fish off the back of the ship there. Of course, that ship was 670 feet long, heavy cruiser. And it was one of the ones that fired the last shot in the Korean War. They were shelling an island over there in Korea. And they had run out of regular rounds. They had phosphorus rounds. And one of those Muslims that was on board ship, he was telling me about it. He said you could watch him whenever those phosphorus shells went off, probably a couple of 100 feet up in the air. It spread fire all over the side of the hills, and that brush kept on burning. So you could see it hit those Koreans, and it just burned a hole right through it. Kind of crazy. War is crazy anyway. But just, well, my memories in the Navy. F4JED, L4UUC.
KL4UUC, N4ZD. Wow. Jerry out there smoking seagulls with a radar system. Oh, hey, guys, Scott, I sent you the link, but I put a new video up on YouTube yesterday, and there's a flat top, a aircraft carrier off in the distance. It's I should have flew over there, but I wasn't gonna fly that far over. But they had it in dock where they're working on, I guess. But dude, they're tearing it apart. I don't know, but it's way off in the distance. It's kind of hard to tell in the video. W3FCG, Scott, bring in the this is green frog time.
Going back to that, I reckon. Anyway, well, good morning to Three Frogs. Yeah, I've been down to San Diego a couple of times on the ship there. We had to get down train to the Navy. And we were out making a gun run on, it's getting Catalina Island. Anyway, them islands were out of San Diego. And we were in fairly close, of course. And next thing you know, these big shells whistling overhead and exploding on the island. And the Navy ship rider says, we gotta get out of here. We couldn't even see the ship that was shooting at it. And apparently he was using radar. He said that radar locked on it, it'll blow us out of the water. So we made a hasty retreat out of that place. Yeah, but you're young and nothing can kill you anyway, so we weren't too worried about it. But let's see. I've been watching. We found a special on McCarthy, Alaska, and at the time there were 40 residents when they first started filming this place, and people lived off the grid. They had no power, no nothing. They grew their own food and everything else. And some guy who moved there, as soon as he moved in, I thought, boy, that guy must be from California because he wants to change everything. And he brought in a generator. He eventually electrified the whole place. He was able to get into that huge copper mine. The biggest copper mine in the world is located outside there. It's way up high on a mountain, and it's apparently there's hundreds of miles of tunnels to that mine. And I think they closed it back in '38 or something like that. But this guy got it open for tourists. And now I just looked it up, and they made a doggone national park out of it. Of course, they run out all those people that were trying to live away from, live off the grid and stay away from all the people. And this Yahoo managed to destroy the place. So that just goes to show you you're not safe anywhere anymore, I don't guess. And for ZD, W3FCG.
W3SCG in N4ZD. I guess I misspoke a minute ago, Scott. It's the early green frogs for another 50 minutes, but close enough. Anybody else want to join us this morning?
4 a.m. Good to
We got John. We got Mike. Anybody else? Morning, guys. KQ4AM, John.
Good morning, Ken, and I'm not sure who all's in here, but good morning to all the green dogs. Hope everybody's had a good 4th of July and still have all the fingers. I had a long day yesterday there. Started left home about 6 o'clock this morning, didn't get home till about 7:30 last night. So it was a busy day. We're still tired this morning, but oh well, we had a good time anyway. I'll turn it back to you, Kim. N4 ZED, K2 for you.
I'm sorry you had a long day there, John. Maybe it was fruitful. Morning, Mike. Hope you're doing well. I guess you probably heard the little short blurb on the flat top, and if you look at my drone footage, I'm disappointed. I got to figure out what's going on with my focus. N4 GDX, Mike.
Good morning, Ken, and good morning to all the early frogs. Charlie, Scott, Jerry, and Captain John. Good morning, Ken. Good morning, Ken. 90, what is it? 80 degrees here. Last morning, yesterday, helping the neighbor do some farm work fencing for the last 2 days. Yeah, it's hot. Did that, and then yesterday afternoon, barbecue at our sale place. Had some good food. What were you asking about? Did you say a flat top or something, Ken? I didn't get that. I'm sorry.
I posted a new video on YouTube, and out in the distance, you can see a flat top over.
Flat top and then aircraft carrier flat top.
Roger, Roger.
Where were you at? In the Gulf?
Yeah, we were at Pascagoula, actually.
I wonder which carrier is in the Gulf. There must be some activities there for a carrier to go on that side.
I think it was docked. It wasn't dry docked, but it was docked there.
No, Anchorage. Well, yeah. I don't know which one. Anthony Kennedy was the training carrier, so I'm not sure if that's the one. Yeah, I got a question for Jerry there next time around. Is he Jerry, are you a gunner's mate? I was just listening to your story. Our experience at he's a gunner's mate. Yeah, I got some more stories about the drone there and some fencing stories. Anyway, back to you, Ken, and good morning, everyone, and for GDX.
Good morning to you, Mike. Sounding good this morning. Anybody else want to join us? KG4 UIQ, Charlie.
Yeah. My younger brother, about 10 years younger than me, he lives in Alaska right now. Sent me a video, and it showed the boat he was on going through the water. Anyway, I sent him back a text saying that's an awful small boat for to be a cruise ship. He said, "Oh, no, we're not on the ship right now." He said, "We're on a whale watching trip from the spot of wherever they was at. I don't remember what he said." And they was moving through the water pretty good speed there. I don't know how fast they was going, but you could see the weight coming off the boat there. Out of here. And he said he's been up there for 4 days, so I don't know when he's coming back. We'll see what he's got to say today sometime. And Florida, the ED can be more good.
Sound good, Charlie. One of the owners of the place I work at, he's in Alaska right now. He left, I guess he left over the weekend. He's going to be up there for 2 or 3 weeks. I guess he's going to do roughly the same thing that Randy did. So hope he enjoys himself. KL4UUC, Jerry. I think Mike had a question for you.
Mike, what kind of question you got? KL4UC.
Hey, Jerry, good morning. I was wondering if you're a gunner, if you were a gunner's mate in the Navy. I heard your story earlier.
No, I was a fire control technician.
Oh, wow, okay, that's impressive. That's awesome. By chance, you know a gunner's mate, Stacy, I forgot his first name, but Stacy's the last name. Stacy without an E. He lives here by me. Well, he recently passed away, but his son is my friend in the Navy. They were father and son were both in the Navy, but the senior guy was the gunner's mate, Stacy, and he was in the same time that you were.
Roger, what, do you know what ship he was on?
All right, let me thank my friend, and I'll get back with you. But thank you for your service there. I'll get back to you. I'll text him. I'll text his son. And 4 GBA.
Yeah, I was going to tell you, that's been about 60 years ago. Quite a while. Some of it, it's hard to remember everybody, but a gunner's mate, we knew a few of them, but on a ship, you know how big ships get, and I guess we probably had 500 people on board, if not more. But no, I don't know if I'd remember them or not, even. Probably lost that memory sometime back. Back to you, Ken. KL4UUC.
Okay, Jerry. Yeah, I've lost quite a few of those. Like I said a while back, went to visit a friend of mine that I hadn't saw in 30 years, and he remembers a whole lot more about our shenanigans than I do. Of course, I think I remember some that he didn't. So we had a grand time talking with him. So speaking of friends, morning, Rod. N4ZI if he's listening, and looks like he's having good weather and good times down there. So I hope he's enjoying himself. Good morning to you, Rod. W3SEG, Scott.
Well, morning, down to the morning, Mike. Well, it was gonna say, you gotta stay away from that gunner's mate. Now, when I was on the Campbell, it's the 327, we were coming out of San Diego Harbor, passing a Navy ship, and they like to rent rounders and all that stuff, so we got 30 deck boards on the fantail, all lined up, and the gunner's mate chief was back there, and unbeknown to me, he had told them what to do when they called the salute. They all turned around, dropped their drawers, and mooned the Navy ship. Oh, for crying out loud. Next thing I know, my skipper is down on the fantail, chewing me out. I was first class boatman at the time, and chewing me out for that. And finally, after he got done ranting and raving, he said, heck with him. He said, I'm senior to him. So, yeah, we weren't too good at doing all that fancy stuff that they do. But, and then that gunner's mate, when I made chief, he was my counsel. Oh boy, was I a lucky man. So, he was my counsel. But anyway, that was a good time anyway. So, yeah, that thing up there in McCarthy, I looked it up as possibly there was only 42, I think it was 42 people there. But back in 1983, there was, I think there were 12 people who lived there. And one of them tripped off the line and killed 6 people and one and 2 others. And boy, that was, he killed half the population of the town. And but this guy, he just destroyed a perfect good place. It's only about 113 15 miles from Cordoba. It's up in the Wrangell Mountains area there. And it's beautiful up in that area. I never have been there. I've just seen the pictures. But he was, like I say, he was probably from California. And 4ZD W3SUG. Good morning to Green Frog.
Yeah, he probably was, Scott. He probably was. There's some videos on, I think it's a Babylon B or something, and they got some. It's a skit, but they got some folks that moved into somewhere in the South from. They moved there from. Oh, they moved to Texas from California, and it's hilarious to watch. Y'all need to look that up one time. Babylon B on YouTube. Good comment, Scott. KQ4M, John.
Everybody, good morning to Jerry and Charlie, Scott, and Mike, whoever else is out there. Not quite a week here this morning. Everybody was telling their Navy stories. They're out of a really good friend of mine. Used to work on the shrimp boat with me there back in the late 70s. He was retired out of the Navy after 23 years here, retired as a gunner's mate. With 4 cures in Vietnam there, running up and down them rivers on the gun beach. And they died a horrible death from Agent Orange poison. And he was laid up with it. My wife ended up taking care of him there for the last 2 or 3 weeks before he died. But he used to tell me stories about them coming over and spraying them with that Agent Orange every day, just like taking a bath, you know, when they were on the gun beach. And it's terrible what a lot of our boys went through over there. But, yeah, that's 4th of July brings back up quite a memory about all that stuff. Anyhow, we'll turn it back to you, Ken. N4ZD,
KQ4M, N4ZD. Yeah, they did. Dad, he had Agent Orange on his medical records as well. Let's go back over to Lost City. N4GDX, Mike.
N4ZD and the early crop N4GDX. Yes, I don't think I'll ever ran out of these stories there, Ken John. Most of them are true. Some of them, I can neither confirm nor deny the authenticity of the story. I'm joking. But yeah, Ken, yesterday, in the last 2 days, we were pulling a barbed wire of a neighbor's farm. Probably, I'd say, you know, some of them have 5 barbed wires, most of them are 4. I'm going to say probably worth at least 3-4 miles of wire we pulled. And luckily didn't get the other guys had a lot of scars on their arms pulling that barbed wire. But I finally learned how to use that pliers with the barbed wire. That was fun. The only not my favorite thing to do is pull that wire up a hill. This property gets so steep at the very end. So pulling it out, a lot of rust and run. I think I rolled my right ankle with that. Anyway, that was fun. This fire thing. Yeah. What else going on here? Not much. We barbecued yesterday. The wife marinated some pork with we called it back in the day monkey on the stick, but it's actually pork. And I marinated some chicken. Shared that with the neighbors. They did the hamburgers and hot dogs. So we had a good 4th of July. Hope everyone did too. Back again, N4ZD, N4GDX.
N4GDX in the group in early green frogs, N4ZD. Sound like you had a good time there, Mike. And stretching barbed wire. Be careful. Don't stretch it too much. You don't want it to pop and get all wrapped up in it. Good morning again to Rod. It's his turn on the list. Rod got to witness the SpaceX launch from Daytona. Well, he was in Daytona, but he got to see the launch, so got some pretty good pictures of that. I'm actually amazed how good his pictures turned out there. So thanks again, Rod. Sounding good. With the bottom list, who wants to join the Early Frogs this morning? Anybody want to join the Early Frogs on this brand? Well, y'all probably stayed up all night shooting fireworks. Anybody want to join us? Good morning. Come on here and give us a few words of wisdom. No, not really. That's who I thought it was. How's Terry this morning? There you go. So what you got coming in from China? Well, there you go. I think I've got Taylor's. Well, I think John KP4M got Taylor's in his amp that I sent to him a while back, and he had put new tubes in it, so those could go soft pretty good. Sounding good, Terry. 100% copy. Well, good luck with that. I finally just bought one of those relay. No, actually, I built a relay. Well, I built a electronic relay or electronic switch for my HL 2200, where it wouldn't, it's got 110 volts on the relays in it. So I didn't want to hurt my Kenwood. My Kenwood's got relays in it, but I went ahead and did it the right way and built a little box there that worked out pretty good on. No, I know the feeling. I do. Jimmy W4ET, he sent me a little relay kit or a little kit, a switch kit that basically does the same thing that I've already got built, and I've just been too lazy to put it in there. I need to put it together and actually put it inside the amplifier and just have it all switched over. All right, Terry, hang in there. Got a lot of folks in here. We'll get back to you in a few minutes. KG4UIQ, Charlie. Yeah, KG4 UIQ N4Z. It's not anything to mess with. And I don't think it needs to be used on humans myself. KO4 UUC, Jerry.
K4JD, K4UC. Sitting here running out of coffee. Got to go and get me some more coffee. And good morning, all you green pods that just signed in there. Hope everybody had a good 4th yesterday. We did. We're still under heat advisory. I think most of us in the South are under that same advisory. But it got awfully hot here yesterday. Stayed in the house as much as possible. Didn't go outside unless we just had to. Oh, only time I was outside, I think, just whenever I was grilling hamburgers for the family. But I'm going to turn it back over to you. Go get me a cup of coffee. I'll be back in here shortly. But I gotta have another cup. F4JED, K4UC.
Jerry, go get you some coffee. You got a grand signal coming up here across the border there. KQ, no, we got Scott's next. W3SCG, Scott.
I got 2 hours, went through one spot here, so I got to go turn the other one on. I got it ready to go. All I got to do is turn the switch on and make sure the pot is right so I don't have a tsunami in there. But, good morning to the last station check-in. I could not hear him. I knew he was there, but I don't even know who it was, so, but I couldn't hear him. But it's starting to get late here anyway, so it's going to be a hot, humid day for sure. And I got to get a hold of my cousin today, find out if he's sold his place up there in Wisconsin yet. He's already bought himself a place down there in Crosby, Tennessee, so he's all determined he's moving down there. He's got himself a 35-foot wide street coming through his property, and they've got a view of the mountain, so that's what he wanted. Anyway, I'll send it back there. I'm going to go sit my coffee on. N4 Tennessee, W3SCG.
Oh, Scott, you just painted a beautiful picture there in my mind. I hope he enjoys it. KQ4EM, John.
N4 Tennessee, KQ4EM. Good morning to Terry and Mike and Scott and everybody else out there. I had one more Navy story there, Ken. I grew up with there back in the 60s, and everybody around me drafted there. And my buddy there, he didn't want to do Vietnam. He run down and joined the Navy. And he got in the Navy there, he became a medic. And they sent him on a ship over off Vietnam there. They attached him to the Marines. I guess they didn't know the Marines didn't have medics. They used the Navy medics there. And he ended up sloshing around in a swamp there in Vietnam for about 18 months with the Marines there as a medic. So much for his unlucky story of not wanting to go to Vietnam. But our memories of the times back then. Anyway, back to you, kid. N4ZED, KQ4EM.
Oh, wow, John. I bet he hated that. Over to Cumberland Gap. N4GDX, Mike.
N4ZED, N4GDX. Oh, good morning, Terry. Terry, that what do you call it? That paradigm that you hear below us, it's on 2,000 or 20,000 hertz. 2,000 hertz. If you set your notch filter around 2,000 hertz, you can notch it off. I think, what's his name? Wayne said it's out in the Pacific. It's one of the radio stations in the Pacific. Scott,
I have plenty of tea, so you can almost done with thing. That's
Well, yeah, that's just it. Now it's done. Anyway, not much. I got an auto lift can. I'm slowly building it. Probably in the next 2 weeks, it should be up and ready for use. Good timing because I need to change my oil and rotate tires on both cars. That's it for now. Back to you, Ken. N4ZED, N4CDX.
Sounds good, Mike. Yeah, I think we drove Cindy's car on vacation. It was a whole heck of a lot cheaper on gas. Her gas tank takes 12 gallons. Mine takes 24. And she gets about 100 miles more to her tank than I do to my tank. Let me see here. All right, Rod. Well, good morning again to Rod. He's number 7 on the list. Hope we have a good time down there, Rod. Maybe have a good breakfast. Back to Canada, VE3 NEJ, Terry.
I got some static crashes here this morning. What's going on? The weather forecast is showing rain, but I was just outside before I contacted you guys, and it's a nice morning out there. Oh. Yeah, I've been working on this amp for the last few days. Looking good. I got it. It was all original. I was that impression that it would get that stupid RCA jack out of the input, putting a proper connector. I was going to change it just like that, but there's too much work to get the directional coupler out of the back and then to change the one connector. So I abandoned that idea. So now it's just UHF in and UHF out. So things should be working good. Well, the plan here is to use the 890 to drive the Tokyo. We have the Tokyo version at 100 watts to drive the 200. I don't want to run my radio 100 watts to drive the amplifier. I don't like running everything full tilt, just like my old body here. It'll only go in half throttle these days, getting over.
Yeah, I know the feeling. There's a fellow around here. He's trying to sell a ALS 500 M and the LDG 600 tuner. I have no idea what he wants for it. He said make a reasonable offer. Don't even know if it's working or not. I've talked to the fellow a couple of times, but another ham sent me the information. Sounding good, Terry. Anyone else want to join us this morning? It's still early frog time. Morning, Mark. Anybody else? Both Canadian stations up close together. VE3RE, Mark.
Good morning, Jerry. You're moving in here.
Yeah, we're just getting things up and running here, and what Terry's saying about the noise there, well, it's typical lightning. It's my goodness, where's it off today? Oh, good. Well, let's see here. Lightning map shows, well, the closest one. Just north of Chicago. So, well, it's just across the lake there, Terry. So that could be some of our issues this morning. But man, oh man, it's a big storm there in the Kentucky, Tennessee, Arkansas. Man, there's a lot of lightning going on. Yeah, even down in Mexico today. Oh wow. Anyway, good morning, Ken, and it's a beautiful morning out there. This morning we let the dog out, and she did her sniff around and said, "No, I don't have to go." And so we came back in and grabbed the coffee and came down here. Back to you, N4 NED VA3RE.
VA3RE and the early frogs N4ZAD. Sounds like a song there, Mark, down in Mexico. All right, up to the top. Charlie, your turn. KG4 UIQ.
I kind of got sidetracked there. I was thinking about this generator. One of the generator places had me burned down and doesn't spawn. We was kind of short on generators, and this was a V12 Mercedes generator. Had plenty of power. Could have ran just about everything you wanted with it. Anything we had, anyway. And I begged them to put it behind a truck and take it with us. They wouldn't do it. So I was like, all right. And I told the ground there a minute ago, I used a thermite grenade on that thing. And it burned a hole straight through the block, and I put two of them on it. One went through the block and one went through the back of the generator there. Section. And the fuel caught on fire. It's a mess. That's for sure. Anyway, that's what was going through the mind there. And I got to put something on that SMA connector. I didn't know how that wondered what it looked like. Anyway, I ordered a bunch of mounts of this thing, and just waiting for it to get here. And start trying to put some of this stuff on there, resistors and capacitors and stuff on this board with SMD components with radio leads. Anyway, M4 is AD,
KG4 UIQ in the group, N4 is AD. Good luck with those SMD connectors. They're rough to work with. KL4 UUC, Jerry.
N4 JD, KL4 UC. I made it back just in time. I don't know who all's out there, but good morning to you. Those that have just joined, these early green clouds, I guess that's where we are. And hope everybody had a really good day yesterday. Didn't file too many firecrackers and cherry bombs and all that stuff. I remember used to as a boy, we had a lot of fun with them. Of course, I still like to watch the fireworks, but I just afraid anymore. So I just kind of hang around and let the younger group handle all of that. We didn't have any last night here. All my company left yesterday. I guess it was around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Of course, it don't get dark here until about 8, 8:30. Dark enough to file for fireworks. They said they were going to jam to their house and have a good time with them. I said, more power to you. I know about after 6:30, I'm about ready to take it in. Get back in the recliner and maybe snooze a little bit while I watch the TV. More than likely. But I'll turn it back over to you. Ken, N4JED, KL4 UUC.
KL4 UUC and their early frogs, N4 is AD. You wouldn't take a nap, would you, Jerry? We got back from being on my brother's pool, and I sure took a nap when I got home. W3SCG, Scott.
Good signal coming in from Mark up there. And I guess the other one was Gary. Good morning to him there. And what do you have to buy another tuner for? The other one give up the ghost that sent you over?
Oh, negative. I love this thing, Scott. I do. Another fella, another ham in there. He's selling an amplifier and a I guess a 600 watt tuner over.
Oh, okay. I thought that tuner that you had there was bigger than the 600. Is it not?
It is. It's a 1,000, an AT-1000, and Scott, I love this thing. I do.
Good deal. Yeah, I don't have any of that kind of equipment. It wouldn't do me any good anyway. But I do have to get a different antenna for that cabin. That dipole I put up there just doesn't work as good as that old Carolina Wyndham. I tell you, but I went through 3 of those things up there. We get so much wind, it just can't handle 90 to 100 knots of wind at times, and it breaks them eventually. But I got them coiled up here somewhere. They're probably at the cabin hanging on the outside of the sea container. But I should bring them down and have somebody repair them and see if I can get one back up in the air again. I know I can't get the other ones down because the ropes have all rode into the trees, and so the only way to get it down would probably be to shoot it down. So anyway, way to go. N4ZD W3SEG.
Yeah, W3SEG and the early frogs in 4ZD. Again, I know I've said this a lot, but I wish you lived a lot closer to me. I'd sure come over and help you. Captain John, KQ4EM on the Gulf Coast. Your turn.
N4ZD, KQ4EM. Yeah, I got trying to mess with these SDR here this morning. I'm having trouble hearing a couple people there switching around the SDRs here trying to figure it out. But we just I've lost track of where we were. I got to run to the coffee pot there and had to feed the kiddies there. They were yelling at me. So. But we'll be on the... We'll be here when we get back there, Ken. N4ZD, KQ4EM.
All right, John, I know you will be. Back over to Cumberland Gap. N4GDX, Mike.
All right, Ken. N4ZD, N4GDX. That was after we were doing that fence yesterday and the other day. I tried to do the drone shots of the area and my friends took on the tractor. And every time I do it, I forget which mode I need to use, where it follows the car or the tractor, and it says continue the circle. I always forget. I guess it's not very fun. So I put a big sticker on the radio telling me which mode that is next time, because I had to do manual, which I guess it's good, but it's too jerky still when I do a manual film shot. So I need to let that autopilot do it for a smoother shot. Anyway, then I'm going to go and stand by. I'll recheck it later. I need to do something real quick in the morning. N4ZD, N4GDX. Good morning, everyone.
Okay, Mike, go take care of stuff in the barn. I'm thinking about getting one of those add-on headsets so I can see what I'm doing better. That ART remote control, it's got a big screen, but my eyes don't see as good as they used to. And I noticed on that last video I shot, a lot of stuff's out of focus, and I couldn't tell that on the remote control. So there's some changes I need to make here as well. Go take care of the business there, Mike. Come back when you can. Good morning to Rod again. I hope he's still listening. Rod's been keeping me entertained on the text messages here. Up to Terry, Victor Echo 3, November Echo Juliet. Your turn, Terry.
Something that makes me feel bad is you guys check in here. I hear my name. Thank you very much for acknowledging my existence. But I don't have a good enough memory to remember everybody's name. So I kind of refrain from welcoming everybody because I don't want to offend anybody, But Mark, rotten egg. fellow Canadian, you're hearing the same stuff I'm hearing, I guess. But, yeah, hey, your little amp's working good. Running on it right now. And got a couple of questions we should talk off here. Or some other side, maybe on VHF or something. But just query about the amp. It's working. It seems to be working okay, with the exception, I don't know, but down there's nothing changes when I operate with, so doesn't matter. Don't need it anyway. I'm about talked out already and it's early, Ken. What am I going to do for the rest of the day, Omar?
No, Terry, I don't have any words for you. I'm gonna be here till 8:00. I get to struggling about 7:30 or 7:00. I've run out of words. Over.
Yeah, well, I know some days I can talk your ears off the corn, Ken, but other days I run out of steam real early. Well, maybe that's a good thing. I'm going to self-protection mode, so I can say stuff I shouldn't over.
Yeah, I understand that. I do. Hang in there, Terry. Sounding pretty good down here. VA3RE, Mark.
Right, Victor Alpha 3, Romeo Echo. That's the first one the first time, Terry, that I heard talk the ears off of a horn. Huh? I gotta remember that. Gee whiz. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Well. Today, what's going on today? Well, we're headed up to Kincardine, where my brother-in-law lives there, and we're going up there and
73 guys. I think we'll shut this thing down.
The night, but he's not feeling too good there.
Thanks for joining us this
He's
morning.
got to touch himself from there, and he was a little bit worried. He said, they're